Do 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 do. Josh's Order Corner. That's me.
There are some companies that I will always do my best to give a full-length video to versus a short because I feel they deserve it. This is one of them. This is Stephen King Catalog. They ship out of Hiram, Georgia, and I'll be honest, I think I know what this is, but there was a couple other things I ordered. I just don't think they're available just yet. And if this is what I think it is, I'm going to have to run upstairs and get something so this video makes complete sense. One of the greatest things about this company right here is so there's a little note here that I'm reading in this little clip above me here, and I misunderstood what it said. So we're going to get to this in just a moment, but I'm muting me trying to comprehend here. Start with the tube here. Okay, yeah, this is something I expect. I'm going to have to run upstairs. I forgot about this one. This is for The Life of Chuck. I'm going to run upstairs so I can show you exactly what this is. I knew I was expecting it, but I forgot the timeline of when to expect it. This is an ad for their Stephen King catalogs. This was the 2024 annual, and then on the other side here we have the 2025. I will set that aside. And then I'm going to have to double check if I can share this with you because I don't know if they'll want me to. But if not, I'm just going to cut this out of the video. They always ship everything so damn secure. It makes me so happy. What I have here in my hands is the 2025 Stephen King Annual from Stephen King Catalog. These are an amazing glimpse into all things Stephen King, and they always follow a particular theme. This one for 2025 was Stephen King on tour. The next one, and what was included in the note, and I had to make sure it had already been announced, it's Stephen King's It, celebrating 40 years of Pennywise, of that amazing novel by Stephen King. This one right here was a look at Stephen King's various book tours and showings and events. On the back it says, my first stadium audience, Stephen King at UMass Lowell, December in 2012, right there. The art on all these is done by Glenn Chadbourne. They're released through Overlook Connection Press and available on StephenKingCatalog.com. I think the first one I got was a Creepshow theme a few years back. I don't use the calendar pieces to it because I'm so afraid to write in these because they're so beautifully done. Anyways, what we have here with that Stephen King on tour, the 2025 annual, it gives you that daily calendar kind of vibe so you can write down your events, things like that. When I kick it open, the first thing we're going to see is presents Rock Bottom Remainders, May 8th, right there. A show that, man, I would have loved to have gone to. And again, this is going to celebrate all of his appearances. So we have a dedication in the front that's going to have, or a page rather in the front that's going to have some different event tickets for his Insomnia tour, 11/22/63. All the artwork laid out here by Glenn Chadbourne, and then written and edited by Dave Hinchberger, the hero behind the scenes at StephenKingCatalog.com. Table of contents, it has interviews, it has stories, behind the scenes, road diaries. This has everything a Stephen King fan needs to understand the inner workings of things, get some behind the scenes facts, understand what goes on in Stephen King's head as he goes through these many adventures. Close Encounters of Stephen King kind. You have the elusive photo, You Talking to Me. Dave Hinchberger writes in here as well, Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo, The Rock Bottom Remainders. 2009, Under the Dome Settles on Atlanta. He has a few different pieces in here, as well as, I'm not going to say his name right, I apologize, Hans Leja over from Leja's Corner. He's writing in here as well. And again, these are just fantastic behind-the-scenes stories, things that you won't find collected in the same space anywhere else. I love these. It's an awesome, awesome addition to my Stephen King collection. I encourage you to check them out. And 2026, it's going to be a celebration of 40 years of it. Every time I've ordered from Stephen King catalog, I've been very happy with how it's shipped, the communication around how it's shipped, and all of that. Let me run upstairs real quick and grab what I need for this other piece. I'll be right back. Okay, and I also want to say the reason I was confused is I had ordered The End of the World as We Know It, and I thought this was going to be the cover for that one. I forgot that when I ordered The Life of Chuck from Stephen King catalog, I got the copy or the version that has this cover as well. So, one of the great things about what they do is they work with Glenn Chadbourne to come up with these unique special edition covers for their releases. So, here we have this one, and it always aligns very well with the story, and then it will be signed by the artist right there. This is numbered 218 out of 500, which is awesome. Has this little seal here, which is a nice little glowing touch. Boop, right there. And now I'll flatten this out and I'll get it attached to the book. The only reason I own this copy of the book is because following them on their Instagram, they shared that this book has this little, I don't know how I'm going to do this in the camera. It has this little video here of, not video, but the pictures that when you go through the pages, when you flip through, you can see him dancing. I thought that was really cool, and I didn't know that was going to be a thing until they shared it. When they shared it, I was like, well, now I'm going to absolutely get it from you, Stephen King catalog. So very, very stoked to have that in my collection. And thank you so much for the gift. I think that's amazing. I will continue with or without this, obviously, to continue to let everybody know. Check out StephenKingCatalog.com. There's going to be a link down below so you can get right to them and just peruse. You're going to find something there that's going to surprise you, something you didn't know existed. So it's going to be an excellent addition to your shelf. I am going to start reading through this because there's so many hidden behind the scenes facts, details, and then obviously inside of here is that 52-week calendar that's going to give you trivia. It's going to give you facts around each annual's theme. So you're going to have everything on the road with Stephen King. Also inside here, something I'm excited for is Bev Vincent's The First Time I Met Stephen King. Bev Vincent also contributed a story to The End of the World as We Know It and has been very involved in the world of Stephen King for many years. Great dude. Really stoked. I've had a couple interactions and he's always super nice. Steven Spinesi is another individual who's very knowledgeable on all things King. He's in here as well with the new Lost Works of Stephen King. There's Andrew Rausch, Hank Wagner. There are so many great minds that Dave has pulled together for this book, for this annual, and I'm very excited to explore it. Thanks, Chuck, for 39 great years. Be good to each other. We'll have another video soon.
Do 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 do